man. It's prime time. So let's talk about prime time. What we doing?
Ooh,
It's 2 weeks in a row, baby.
Listen.
It's a lot of hate out there, but they ain't holding no weight. This guy's going crazy. The gold rush in Colorado right now. You kidding me? This is incredible. 2-0. How do you pronounce his son's name? I keep saying it.
Shedeur.
Shedeur Sanders looking amazing out here. Amazing.
Listen, bruh, I was watching a commentator for college football, right? And the way he broke it down, Deion Sanders just made Colorado the hub of college football. They said, yo, Flea, they said today you couldn't get no hotel room. You couldn't get no rental car. You couldn't get nothing.
Cheapest ticket was $415. That was the cheapest ticket.
Let me explain. It's bigger than football with Deion. Let me explain something. Deion is needed. We need Deion Sanders type people in the world. Why it's not more, I don't know. But what he's doing is amazing. To me, it's not even about football. Whether he win or lose, I don't even care. But what he does for the sport, that's what sport's supposed to mean, Flea. That's what makes guys like us love the game.
Yeah.
The heart, the grit, the sweat, the competitiveness, the love, just the respect, the everything about it. That's what he brings. When he talks to them young guys, it's nothing like it. He relates. He plays Tupac in a lot. Like, come on, man. I don't understand why there's not more like that. Of course, you can't be like Deion. We're all created different. So I'm not saying be like Deion, but all of us need to stop being scared of where we come from. Stop being scared of where you come from. You can't tell me if you my age and you're from our culture, no matter what city or country you from, you never listen to hip hop. Your sister never had braids in her hair. They never jumped double dutch. You like, come on, bro. Give it to us real. Deion is what's needed in the world. And like I keep telling you, if we had 10 more of those, the world would be a better place, bro. What Deion is doing over there for Colorado, they need to understand and embrace it. All the haters, that's going to happen. But I just love what he's doing. For me, it's bigger than football. He's the reason why I watch college football. That's a fact. Like, that's a fact. I'm not watching college football if Deion Sanders ain't coaching.
The authenticity for me is what puts it over the top, right? His authenticity, the organic, how he cares about these kids. Like, that's the big piece for me. You know what I'm saying? It's a money grab for a lot of different coaches. Some of these coaches are not invested, right? They want to make the top dollar. And they know a little bit about football. So they put themselves in a position to be able to coach young men. Everybody's not as invested as Deion is. And you could see that by how some of these kids interact with him, right? The access that they provide us to see Colorado University, to see when he was at Jackson State, right? The access that he was providing us to see the impact that he was placing on these kids is big for me. That's why I feel what you're saying too about it's bigger than football. Like, I don't really care how great Colorado winds up being, but it's a plus. It's a plus that they winning. It's a plus now that it's going to be a recruiting, like you said, a hub where kids are going to want to come and play for this dude. But just how he connects with them, and then the connections and network that Deion has, right? When you look into the sidelines this past weekend and able to see Shannon Sharp, able to see Michael Irvin, able to see Cameron, able to see Stephen A. Smith, you know what I'm saying? Just these kids being able to see Black leaders, right? The guys that I just named are leaders in their industry. So for them to be able to look on the sidelines while they're performing on a high level and see these guys supporting them, right? Cameron and motherfucking Michael Irvin going crazy on the sidelines, right?
Come on, bro.
Like when they was at Jackson State, they bring in Gillian Wallow, and just that infectious energy that they have on the sidelines, be able, just to infuse in those kids, man. So I think everything that he's doing, the bottom line is authentic. we could have a different conversation about what the haters are saying, the money, the notoriety, all of that type of shit. Cool, that's another side of it. But just what he's doing, you know, from a big brother perspective, from an OG perspective, from that stance, salute to Deion for real.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that the haters. I mean, I think they're right. I think it is a money grab. Number one. I think without the money, it's not possible. I think that's what was getting confused. I think, first of all, I'm biased because Deion's my first favorite like athlete ever. Like the first jersey I ever wore ever, was Deion Sanders. Like this kid, I thought this kid was trying to rob me. He was asking to borrow the jersey so he can wear it. Like, and he was more fly than me. And he was like, "No, I want to." I'm like, trying to rob me. He came back, gave it. He was like, "Yo, thanks, man." That's how Deion had us when I was in 6th grade. So that's what he means to us. But there's a reason why he's that guy. Like everything you said, yes, he's authentically what everyone claims to be today, which is the hype, the Instagram hype. Back then, when you were hyped up, it was met. Like the hype and the event was equal. Michael Jackson hype was real. People were fainting. It was real. When we saw Michael Jackson at the Super Bowl, we all were like, "Oh, this is crazy." It was an event. Deion Sanders, the two-way player that he was, what he did to the cornerback position, that was a running game. It was just turning into a passing game. Montana to Rice, Marino, that draft, John Elway, Elway, and the Buffalo Bills quarterback.
Jim Kelly.
That draft is so regarded and renowned because it's quarterbacks that are going to start passing the ball. Deion Sanders comes into a game where they're running the ball a lot, starting to pass. And if I'm the cornerback, how am I going to be a star? Because I'm not going to be the running back. I'm not going to be the linebacker. I'm not going to get dirty like that. He said, "I don't get paid to tackle." That's what he said. How am I going to get paid? He came through with a gold chain and a Jerry curl looking like Eazy-E at the draft. Are you kidding me? Nah, Deion was on another level.
Shut down whole sides of fields too. Whole side of the field is shut down. Quarterback is not even looking to that side of the field. I'm not, bro. Yo, y'all niggas go jog or something. I'm not even looking to that side. I'm not throwing to that side of the field.
And I've never heard anybody say this. He brought the streets and hip hop to sports before anybody. Not AI. It was him. All that swagger was him. He brought the gold chain and the juice. He brought that to the game. So, and remember, he went from Atlanta, the hub of hip hop now, damn near. But back then it was big time. He went from there to the 49ers, which was the newfound dynasty. Back then, like now the 49ers or whatever. Back then the 49ers was like the Lakers. They were big time in the early 90s. You kidding me? Then he won back-to-back Super Bowls with the old school dynasty, the Cowboys, America's
team.
Two
different teams. Yeah.
What? Never been done before. I don't think it has been done since. Maybe Bill Romanowski might have won with 2 different teams. And maybe Charles Haley. And Charles Haley went from the 49ers to the Cowboys. But the point is, there was no flair like this. Like he had Must Be the Money on TV. He was on rotation with MC Hammer. My cousin, my girl, they don't watch football. They were watching football with me the next Sunday after Must Be the Money. And they saw him dancing. He came back to the 49ers and ran and was dancing from the 30-yard line. They was like, "That's Deion?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's Deion Sanders." They knew I was a big Deion fan. So that's what he brings. You see how excited I am? Yeah. Imagine what these kids are feeling.
Right.
And they're this young. Yeah. Like, when was the last time we felt a star still like, think about it. Maybe Kanye. Who's the last star from the 90s? And not even Kanye from the 90s that can still be relevant today and give them this because they feel this powerful with this guy. And that's amazing. He's a reverend and all that. But I really believe that the celebrity, people are paying too much to, the downside of the celebrity. When you hate on them, of course, you can say all that. Because to put Cameron there, Michael Irvin there, and all that, you know what this reminds me of? And nobody's talking about this. He knew this is the modern day, the U, where Michael Irvin went to, where Warren Sapp went to. The Rock was at the U. The U, the Miami University was the biggest. That's the culture Deion is bringing back to the NCAA. They should be thanking him. But here's the problem. I'm going to tell you why they're hating on him, especially those coaches. Nick Saban, you're a bum and you're a hater. And the other guy from Oregon, wherever he's at, y'all are scared because you know why? Because Deion is showing you what they should have been doing. That's the problem. They showing you like, hold on. That's the way you could have done it? And now imagine, they're not scared of Deion. They're scared of the crowd that's about to bust through that door and do the same thing Deion Sanders just did. That's what they're really hating on. It's about to be nuts because now you got a guy that acts like us, looks like us, and he's gonna be our head coach. Not you anymore. We don't need you to recruit us anymore. Now what? That's what they're terrified of. Nick Saban, you bum. Nick Saban is a bum, bro. I can't believe they said that.
They make the college playoff this year too. Then what? Listen. What if they make the college playoff this year? Forget winning it. They just make the shit though. Like,
but Flea, once again, what I've been saying for a while now. He's embracing, bruh. He never forgot where he came from. Flea, that's like we make it, and the next thing you know, we not listening to Jay-Z no more. We ain't what? Right. Nah, we grew up on that.
Right.
He never forgot about us, the people, bro. The people make you who you are.
Yeah.
He knows what it is, and everybody is afraid that it's already happening. You can't listen. We run the world as people. Us. You can say whatever you want. They don't want us in that space, bro. Mm-hmm. They don't. There's no disrespect, Nick Saban. You cannot come into my living room and relate to me about anything. Anything. It was no competition. Remember, let me tell you something. Nick Saban and them was like Con Edison. Remember, Con Edison has no competition.
Yeah.
But now you got a guy that come over there, that color. Look, you see what Colorado, bruh. What Colorado
they won one game. They doubled their win total already this year. Doubled it already.
Listen, Colorado against Nebraska. There wasn't no ticket or nothing in sight. You couldn't get a hotel room. Are you kidding me? Like, so, you know, I just want to say shout out to Deion Sanders. I've been a big fan.
Big shout out to Deion.
I like what he represents. He represents his people, and he's not afraid. And I'm glad that he went and got the money because he's doing the right thing with the money. What he said when he came from the HBCU, which he's turning Colorado into an HBCU, don't get it misconstrued. He swapped the whole team. Where they do that at?
Got everybody out of there.
Listen, swap the whole team, right? But who do you know say, I got to make this money so I can pay my staff the right amount of money? Remember, he's been a star his whole life. He know what it takes, Flea. He know what it insists of. Remember, if my guys is worth $200,000 a year, you telling me we only could pay them 40, 50? Mm-hmm. No, I need this money for the facilities for my guys to eat. Remember, we want to get on the top of the line, everything, because of the money we know we're going to generate. That's what they scared of. Remember, he's giving the game. Bro, this game here, y'all going to make $10 million. You telling me we still got to fly coach? Y'all going to give us stipends for McDonald's when we should be eating Roof Chris? Nah, don't work like that.
My per diem got to be a little different now.
Bro, my coaching staff is Hall of Famers. Mm-hmm. They here because of me. Mm-hmm. Nah, we got to pay them correct. So he deserves all the money he can. Why? Because he's doing the right thing with it. Nah, bro, Deion is different. And like I keep saying, I don't understand why there isn't more. But once again, he's been some guys, like big shout out Matt Guard, when he say some guys is touched by God.
Yeah.
This is one of them. As many black superstar athletes is out there, ain't nothing like prime time, baby. Sorry.
Big shout out to Fish, because Fish was actually in the building. Fish was actually at the game. He got a lot of footage.
He sent me some footage. He told me he sent y'all some shit.
Yeah, he sent me some footage too. So big shout out to Fish. Fish is in the comments right now. So big shout out to Fish. Always. And Fabian, don't ever name drop Bill Romanowski on this show ever again. Please don't ever do that ever again. Please. Thank you.
For some people that's like OJ, I guess. But even with the white and black thing, speaking of white and black, that offensive coordinator, shout out to Sean Lewis. He was a head coach at Kent State. A head coach, major. He ain't nothing to sneeze at. And he took an offensive coordinator job. That never happens. He didn't have a child. Right. What?
He understands. So
it's Deion, bro. It's just some people are just the pimps like that. I'm sorry. That's what it is. He's a reverend. That he got that game. It is what it is.
Let me ask y'all too. I just saw a comment from Beloved though, and it's something I thought about. But what y'all think? Is this short-lived? Is this sustainable for Deion to be able to recruit every year, to be able to bring in the best players every year, to keep Colorado at not a top school because they're growing, but like how long can he sustain or build this program and be able to have them at the top? You talked about the U. The U was a great school for many years, right? Florida State, and what's my man's name? What's the coach? Give me the coach's name. I can't call it right now.
Bobby Bowden.
Bobby Bowden, right? Bowden had a lot of great players, and you know what I'm saying. So, can he sustain this going forward, or is this just a feel good story?
Let me go first. This is the problem with us as people. Why do we even have to ask that?
Mm-hmm.
Has he been in this program for 30 years like these other guys?
No.
Why? So why would we expect him? Why not just go along for the ride and just be grateful that this guy here is for us? Bro, he's the reason why when Colorado plays, I'm tuning in. Because it's more than football, it's a show.
Right.
From the locker room scenes to walking out the tunnel, to seeing who's there on the sidelines, to seeing what he's going to say at halftime, before the game, after the game. Are you kidding me? You can't say, well, he didn't beat nobody, or well, it's only one game. No, it's bigger than the game. Do we not understand that? This is a movie that's being played out.
Yo, too. Fish said
bro.
Cam and Mac Main is playing ping pong in the locker room.
Come on, bro.
If you're a player, right, and you see some of the biggest names in the industry coming to support you, not who they are, just coming to support you. That's dope. I'm sorry. That's
Come
dope,
on, bro.
Yo, beloved, I see your comments about the Giants game. I'm not posting any of that. You couldn't all that Giants hate, and I'm not posting it on here. Get out of here.
He said he's not posting none of your hate, bro.
It's ugly right now.
Can it be sustained? Of course.
Right.
Of course. Yo, Deion Sanders is genius, bro. A genius, bro. And I'm telling you why.
Tell me when he lost.
It's not about that to me. It's as funny as this may sound. I knew like Cardi B, and this is a crazy comparison, was gonna blow up crazy. I saw on Instagram, I'm like, who is it? Oh, I see I had homeboys talking about it. I'm like, who is this girl? She ain't even all that. Hilarious, super charismatic, had me like, oh no, she is mad funny. I would love to hang out with her.
The red wall, the red background wall was it. If you was watching Cardi when she had the red wall in the background, you know you've been watching her since day one.
So I saw her on Love and Hip Hop, and then she was making mixtapes, and I'm like, yo, she doesn't sound that bad on a rap. So I saw her on them like, there's no way she's last on Love and Hip Hop for that long if she's smart, and she's only for like one season and jumps out. And I saw her in an interview specifically. She said, yo, I got the hustle to go to the top. I know exactly what it takes. And just the way she spoke about, I'm just like, yo, she's a superstar. That's what she is. So some people just have it and they just continue to, like, I can't believe can she sustain it? Of course, because she has that hustle in her. There's no denying it. And with Deion, I think this is so smart for him to play because guess what?
It's a crazy comparison. I understand what you're saying, though. Crazy comparison.
Because you just see, I mean, look at the former president. People don't want to know his name, 45. Who want to call him 45? You can listen. Trump, he has that factor too. Where it's like undeniable. He's a star.
Yo, Two has a shitty poker face because that Giants game is pissing him off right now. I'm looking at this motherfucker's face. I can see, OG, that shit is pissing you off. Every time you look to the left, I'm like, yo, this nigga is mad as hell.
I'm here with my brothers, man. The Four Sportsman. I'm here with my brothers, man.
So that shit got him mad, bro.
I'm trying to think, even Kanye, as controversial as he is, he's undeniable. These guys just keep, like, every time they talk, it's like, all right, they lost us. Somehow they lose us and they come back because they have that undeniability. And Deion is like, I don't see him. He's not controversial like that. He doesn't look for that kind of controversy. And that's the difference. That's the part that I'm missing. Like, what are people talking about? It's not like Lavar Ball flying off the handle sometimes where I get you can take what he says and flip it. No, he's taking everything, all of the exploitations of a celebrity and building a college behind it. You say it damn looks like an HBCU out there in Colorado. That's crazy. Remember, it's cold ass Colorado. This is not Florida.
It's cold. And people are flocking there. Like, to go support him.
And I see Beloved saying that the portal is not going to be whatever. Bro, forget the portal. Once you have this amount of winning behind you, now you can
Fellas,
recruit the other kids because they
hold
want to be a
on.
part of it.
Fleet. Let's not forget, he got the number one recruit to come to a HBCU. Let that settle in for a minute. He got Travis Hunter to come to Jackson State, not Alabama, not all them big schools, not Notre Dame or Michigan, or he came to HBCU because of prime time, bro. Like we have to really understand this man has been a winner since Florida State. He doesn't take losses. Why? Because he embraces what it is and he speaks the truth. Listen, it ain't about Colorado going undefeated. Remember, Flea, he just got there. He's building the program. Mm-hmm. He left Jackson State on a high level, bro. He ain't leave them messed up. No. He's here now, and he's building. I'm just being honest with you. Listen.
That's where he got all the backlash from. The way he left Jackson State, a lot of people were not feeling that. They weren't.
Listen,
I'm just saying, we got to be real about it.
I can understand the disappointment, but I can also understand elevation. I can also understand continuing to elevate yourself, your career, and the input to the game of college football, right? Like, we can separate HBCUs and college football for a second. Like, the impact that he was having on HBCUs, I think he made the impact, right? He made the impact. But now it is, let me continue to elevate myself in the space, in the industry that I'm trying to elevate in. Okay, I turn this program around. I help build them. Now let me go over here to another shit program. I'm not going over here and I'm not inheriting Steph Curry and Klay Thompson. I'm not getting that. I'm coming into the spot and relax, Fabian, relax. I'm coming into the spot. I'm coming into the spot with a team that won one game last year, right? We won one game last year. I come into the spot after 2 weeks. I've doubled the win total already, right? The energy is infectious over there, right? The people in the crowd. They said Deion sat in there in his office because the office overlooks the entire stadium. He said he stood in there and watched the entire arena and stadium fill up. So he saw it from when it was empty to right before the game starts. And that transformation, right, to go from empty seats to a jam-packed stadium, everybody supporting that school and obviously you. Like, that says a lot about you, man. So big shout out to Deion, man. And if we can't support and just pump in a lot of optimism and what he's trying to do, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, that's all we need to be doing.
If like the Jason Willock, you're a bum too, bro. Like, how you got Warren Sapp and Brett Favre? Like, where you even find Brett Favre? And you even asking him about whatever's going on with him. And how you hating on Deion, but you sitting next to Brett Favre? You loser.
That's nasty.
It's like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? So for me, you're putting down Deion, the exemplary athlete. Like, remember we talked about post careers. Allball, we were saying Shannon Sharp. Speaking of which, and Stephen A. Smith, who were there at the game, they flew out there. They're trying to get. By the way, I see right through them. They're trying to get Deion on ESPN badly. They flew out there. Me personally, if I had to guess, he might show up on their podcast, but he ain't going on ESPN. He saw what they did to his boy Michael Irvin. Let's not forget that.
The first spot that he showed up in, the only spot that he's done so far on TV is with Undisputed and Michael Irvin. Like, that's the only spot he's done so far. I haven't seen him do within the season right now any other spots on TV. So that's a good point, Fabian.
Yeah, because he did Pat McAfee, but not on ESPN. He did Pat McAfee on YouTube.
Right.
So there's certain things that I see, and I'm like, Deion's very intentional. So when we say is this greatness going to be sustained? Again, beloved, you're right. Let's get this clear. College is all about booster. The powerhouse teams ain't letting this happen. So Deion got to get in front of this quick. So I'm sure he can. How much quicker can you get in front of this? He left the HBCU to get right in front of this to really
That's a good point. But you're right. Like, taking the next step to go to Colorado and trying to infuse just his name alone being attached to that. And the product on the field too. So you can't just run out there and be like, Deion. and y'all look like garbage on the field. These guys are 2-0 already, right? These guys beat Nebraska. They won their first home game. Like, come on. Like, what else? Because I promise you this, too, Fabian. If he was 0-2,
oh, my God.
The world would be over.
Which he easily could be. He could have been. They could have lost last week. This week it seemed like a little easier, but last week's game was not that easy.
No. Nebraska, that game in the first half was not easy. Shedeur couldn't get it going. So it just goes to show you that second half, Deion being Deion, and then they broke out and took control. But once again, the point is,
they beat TCU. TCU was in the championship game a year ago.
Bro, it's greatness amongst us. This guy has been great for 20 plus years. We just gotta embrace it, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm with you on that.
I'm not gonna go crazy if he lose one game. Like, watch when Colorado lose. Oh my God. Watch. It's gonna be hilarious. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make a video and still big them up.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I gotta go for who's for us. No knock to nobody else. But I know it's one guy that's for the people. That's prime time. No knock to nobody else. I don't know. With him, it's not even close. He's for the people, bro. I'm going with somebody that's for the people. I'm sorry.
And Fish is saying that he's glad I said that because when Stephen A. walked in, the vibe dropped. Those kids wasn't feeling him, and to a certain extent, sharp. Therefore, our age, those kids are dope content. Fish, glad you saw that. The only other guess I can make, Flea, is what I've been saying all ball. Deion is Lavar Ball 2.0. I don't care what they say. This is the last time we seen this was a remix of Lavar Ball, and now Lavar Ball can't get the respect of the other organizations until he gets to negotiate for his sons and everything. But he's priming his kids up, coached them all the way to the college. My only other guess, if he doesn't keep this going in college, he's going to negotiate to coach or be a part of whatever organization in the NFL. It might be the Falcons. It might be somebody in there who might. We gotta see. Because look, Colorado, they had an opening for him there. You just never know.
Well, what I was hearing was real quick. I'll let you go.
No, go ahead, brother.
Wherever his son get drafted, that may be his way into head coaching the NFL team. That might be the package deal.
Or general manager, or just the position in there in general. Because remember, they gave Nick Saban a shot. They gave all these superstar coaches, NCAA coaches, a shot in the NFL, and they turned out to be what? The only one is Jimmy Johnson, maybe, that won in both.
Harbaugh,
and Barry Switzer,
Harbaugh wasn't bad.
Harbaugh won in both.
Harbaugh, the one that was in Baltimore, though.
Yeah, the Baltimore. Now he in Michigan. He ain't looking too good in Michigan, though. I'm being honest with you.
No, that's a brother. That's the one that was in San Francisco.
Oh, the brother.
Jim Harbaugh. That was the quarterback with Marshall Faulk down. Jim Harbaugh, he was all right at quarterback.
Yeah.
But either way, if you're giving these guys a chance, it's not just about him being the head coach. It's the fact that you got the leverage with your son. You got another son coming in there. You got even Hunter. And remember, just because you get drafted, we saw it with Eli Manning. We saw it with John Elway. These guys will tell the organization, nah, I'm not going to your team. Trade me immediately to whoever I want. So he had, and look, we saw it with Archie Manning and his two sons, Peyton Manning and Eli Manning.
But I'm gonna be honest, I would love to see him stay in college, like how Nick Saban and them stayed for maybe 20, 30 years, because the difference he could make with the youth. I think if he go to the NFL, that'll be lost. College football needs this man bad. I'm sorry.
But that's the same thing they said about the HBCU. That's the reason why. That's the whole thing about that. Like, why leave us for like that's the same feeling that they had. Like, oh, you're gonna spurn us.
No. But hold on, Fleet.
Yep.
Him leaving HBCU. Let's be realistic. He was breaking in his locker room, stealing his stuff. They didn't have the money. Listen, Deion Sanders, his song is called "Must Be the Money." You need money. The money that the HBCU had, he couldn't sustain it.
He was going in his own pocket. He was going in his own pocket.
Like, come on, man. We have to understand this man is what he's trying to do. You have to have millions. Bro, he has a coaching staff of Hall of Famers. He has these young men coming into these programs that without him, you think that young boy that played both sides of the field is coming to an HBCU priming coaching? Are you kidding me?
No.
So
every school in the country wanted him.
Come on, man. So my opinion, I hope he doesn't leave college football wherever he goes. But the difference he makes in college football is very well needed, and I hope he stays for as long as he could. I really do.
You took the words right out of my mouth too, because that's what I was thinking, man. It would be great to see him on the NFL level, right, where he won Super Bowls and he shined as, he's regarded as the best cornerback of all time, right? Regarded as the best at that position. So it would be great to see him on that level as a black head coach in an environment where, not a lot of black head coaches get opportunities, right? That would be dope. But I think what would be even better is building a legacy, helping these kids, right? That would shine for me. That would be a bigger success than making it to the NFL and being in a leadership position. Building a program from the bottom up, wherever this Colorado program goes, wherever it goes, right? They could never win a national championship, but if it just continues to grow, continues to elevate, or he's able to maintain a level of greatness or success in the eyes of Colorado, man, that would be great. That would be great. That would be great. Yeah. Having Deion Sanders as a consistent college football head coach name, that would be dope to me.
I just think it's not. He's a very. Like that was the whole complaint with this other guy. Like he's always talking about God, and he's a God-fearing dude. He's very big time about things. I just can't see him staying in college football. Like the biggest stage is the NFL, no matter what. Even as big as college football is in the South, he can always go back to that. He can go to the NFL and then go back to back down south. I just feel like he's gonna negotiate that for his son and do what LeVar Ball couldn't do. That's just my thing, because I think we're talking about billions, and he might double his salary going to the NFL team. And again, we didn't even talk about the money with Colorado. Really, they spent $29 million on him for his contract for 5 years. It'll be $5.5 million a year. They just made that up for donations from a bunch of kids on the campus. Not to mention the merchandise is up 500%.
They got their money back already.
100 times over. So Deion, like if he's doing that for college, I just can only imagine with the NFL. Like wants that. He's prime time, bro. I just can't see him staying there.
But see, this is why I think he might stay in college. Because see, the knock on him is he can't coach. Like he's a great motivator. He's a great guy with the kids, but he's not an X and O's guy. He's not a play caller. He's not this. He's not that. The intricacies of being a head coach, his flaws get masked because he has a great team around him. I would just be interested in him elevating at the profession itself, becoming a great coach, becoming a great play caller, you know what I'm saying? Because that's in question right now. And if you go to the NFL, all you're going to do again is be put in a spot where you're a head coach, but you're going to have a great offensive coordinator. You're going to have a hell of a defensive coordinator, and nobody's going to really know if you're great at the job instead of just being great with people. I think he's great with people, but the knock on him right now is he great at the actual job? So I think that could be proven on the college level.
We've yet to see a superstar in any sport. I don't remember be a great head coach in the professional level, but we've yet to see one in college, right?
Yeah.
Say that again.
We've never seen a superstar in any sport be a head coach on a professional level. We've never seen that, but we've never talked about a superstar from whatever sport coach at a college level and do potentially what Deion's on the brink of doing, be great at that. Like we haven't even seen that. So if he does this is a first. So to get to the NFL, the play calling and stuff like that, I just can't imagine a guy like who's known for watching tape like this be bad at play calling. Not that.
Yeah, no. I'm not saying he is. I'm saying what the knock was. The knock is 1,000%.
1,000%. Yeah. But the whispers again. I'm listening to what the haters are saying. I'm pretty sure he is because he thrives on that. He wants to hear what I can't do. What? Watch this.
But I'm
just saying.
this one. I'm gonna just leave it at this. Reason why I want him to stay in college, the difference he can make in human beings, he won't make in the NFL. Those guys are already be grown, already got their money.
That's what Beloved's saying right here. Yeah.
The impact he's making on young men, no matter what color you are, I don't care about none of that. The impact he's making on these young human beings, young men and women in the world, he doesn't have that impact in the NFL. Deion, prime time. Stay in college, bro. Please. That's all I ask.
I want him to too, because that's damn near a lifetime. Like, you could really make a college your spot. Like that to me, for us, knowing what we know about college, yeah. But knowing Deion, I know him, bro. I know I understand how he the kernel to his celebrity and his personality. This stage is too small for him, man. He wants to be on a Super Bowl head coach with his son as a quarterback. That's the most amazing thing ever in football history.
I ain't gonna lie, I would love that. To see that, that would be
crazy.
That'd be special. That'd be special.